Hey, Kinship Club family. I want to talk to you about the worry buttons intervention. I'm also somewhat fixated on lighting because I can't seem to nail it. Let's have a light here. Let's see. Balance it. Um, anyhow, this is my first attempt. I want to pair videos in the resource hub with the interventions because I'm such a big believer that we need to hear it and see it if we can, and what sound bites work and all of that. So, worry buttons. I have talked to so many of you about this intervention. It's one of my favorites. I first learned it from Dr. Angela Cavett at the Play Therapy conference many years ago in Palm Springs. So the handout there should guide you through most of it. What you'll need for this is a jar of buttons. I think it's important to have a range of colors and sizes and shapes. I ask family and friends to start like a jar if they can and just throw them, and you'll find them all over the place. You can get them at Michael's, anywhere like that. And cutouts of people. I think I might have a link for this somewhere for you, but those are also Michael's or Amazon. Sorry to keep giving Amazon the shout outs here. And I usually start by asking, this is maybe after you've met with the child a few times, but it might sound like, hey, have you ever heard the term something pushed my buttons? Kind of a way grown-ups use it sometimes of like, something's bugging me, something pushed my anger button, something pushed my worried button. This thing happened and then it made me feel this way, right? So we use the term triggers a lot in our clinical world. I just like the term buttons. So I introduce it like that. So the goal around this activity is just that, identifying triggers for whatever the presenting concern is, stress, anxiety, worry, sadness, anger. So today we're going to do an activity where we're going to get curious about your buttons and what pushes your buttons. I have a sample in there in the folder that's actually my sister. Let me use her from way back when she was in 5th grade. She had a lot of stress, school refusal kind of stress. So I asked if I could kind of walk her through it. And so you might be able to see the answers on there if you expand the image, but anyhow, so I said, what are the things that push your worry button? What are the things that, when they happen, you just feel it in your body? And she was able to identify, of course, she's an adult now, so it's easier. Elevators, anytime I have to ride in an elevator. Worrying something's going to happen to my mom and dad. She had a couple very generalized anxiety kinds of things. So I write those down. So I ask the child, I would use this like 7 all the way through high school. I've used it all through with high school kids. I think actually it works really well with older kids. So, okay, so these are the things. Now, you can dump the buttons out if you want. You can pick through them, but I want you to select a button that for you just matches with that thing. And I don't know what that's going to mean for you. You decide. And this part's always interesting. Kids are great about rolling with this. Maybe they pick a really big button. You don't have to ask why. Just be curious about it in your own mind. You don't have to ask why. And then where on your body are you going to put this? You choose. Maybe something stands out to you. Maybe you notice your shoulders just feel so stressed when this thing happens. So maybe you choose to put your button there. Maybe you're not really sure. You can choose to put your button anywhere you want. They glue on pretty well. You can tape them on. And then I say, do you want to write? Do you want me to write? And just in really small letters, I just write there, whatever it was the thing that pushes their buttons. I remember, I don't have a sample of this, but doing this with middle schoolers, and touching my phone would come up a lot when someone touches my phone. So we would write that down. What I love, 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 so many things about this activity is I save a hard copy of it, keep it. I have like old school files. And then at the start of sessions would take it out and say, talk to me about the week. What kinds of things pushed your buttons? And you have a visual there. They can show you. They'll take off buttons as treatment goes on if things don't push their buttons anymore. There's a start. It can also be helpful to have a list, either a list or to have a bunch of note cards with different ideas, visual images if you can. For little kids, sometimes it's hard to just think of, without specific ideas to call upon. So you can start to kind of build your examples. I hope this is helpful. I love, love, love this intervention. Reach out with any questions.